Okay, you guys, it's been a while since I feel like I've done an initial impression video, but I am back actually to do an initial impression and a recap episode of a brand new series that just premiered yesterday, January 26, 2024 on Prime Video, and that is Expats, okay, starring Nicole Kidman, based on a novel of, I believe, the same name, or it's Expatriates, the full name. And you guys, I'm here for it. If you're new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. If it's out, I'm watching it or about to watch it. If that's up your speed, click that subscribe button, join the family, and let's talk about TV, okay? But yeah, let's get into it. Overall impressions. I honestly didn't know what to expect or what to think going into this season or this brand new show, because Nicole Kidman's pieces for me are very much hit and miss. And honestly, the last thing I saw her in really creeped me out, and that was Nine Perfect Strangers. I was like, what's going on with her? This was refreshing. I feel like it's been so long since I've seen this series that really takes its time in developing a character and really telling a story from multiple perspectives. And I think this is doing a great job of that so far. After these first two episodes, I can say I'm totally invested. So let's hop into a recap. This will have spoilers, so if you have not watched it yet, click off the video, go watch them, and then come back and get my take and drop some comments in the below, and we can talk about it. But so the first episode was called The Peak, and the second episode was called Mongkok. And let's just get right into it. The series opens up, and we're hearing narration from one of the characters, Mercy, and it's really kind of diving into this idea about tragic things happening, someone being responsible, and we always just get the story from the perspective of the person who injury was caused to, right? Harm. But what about the people who inflicted those injuries? What about the people who were responsible, right, for those casualties and for those losses? And so we see a couple of different examples, and it automatically, you're like, Mercy, what did you do? That's exactly what you feel like in the very beginning. And I love how we are getting kind of a juxtaposition of not quite victimizer, but responsible party and victim, and how they are navigating a tragedy almost a year later, okay? And so that's how it opens, and then we're introduced to Margaret and her family. Margaret has two children, a husband, Clark, who's about to celebrate his 50th birthday, and we're looking at her life, and we're almost kind of two inside her life, right? We are seeing kind of all of the broken pieces right now as she's trying to maintain. There's little things that happen throughout the first episode, and she reacts, and it's like, okay, well, why are you reacting this way? Okay, why? So I think the first episode does a great job of creating suspense in what's going on. And so basically, again, we're getting to know her, we're getting to know her family. She's planning a party. We immediately find out she's sensitive about being a housewife. No, I have my own career, I'm just not doing that right now. And again, we're planning a party for Clark's 50th birthday, but his parents kind of give the input like, maybe it's too soon, maybe this isn't something we want to do, and he's like, we're doing it. She's like, we're doing it. And so again, we're still like, well, why? Why can't he have his 50th birthday? Why is it problematic? We know something traumatic's happened, but what's happened? And so that's a lot of like the first episode kind of going back and forth. We meet her neighbor, who was apparently her very good friend, but now avoids her under all circumstances. We see that Margaret is still very much in the grieving process. Her son draws a picture while she's meeting with the party planner, and the party planner starts to ask questions and immediately, is blocked off from asking the question. Gets home, Margaret confronts her son and is like, what is this picture? Who is this? He's like, that's Jesus and that's Gus. And she's like, don't ever draw him again. And she talks to her husband later. It's like, we're not religious. Why is he drawing that? Okay. And so anyway, As we progress and move on into the second episode, we see Mercy. Mercy's living her best life, honey, and screwing the man and having him beat her because apparently she's got to pay. In some way, she needs penance for her action. That's all I could correlate it to, girl, because why you got this man slapping you in the face? And remember the man's face when you see it, because you'll see him again. And so she's trying to navigate. She's still in Hong Kong. She's making friends. And we kind of just see a day in her life, but still we're seeing these moments where she's recollecting, right? Something that happened. There is the party, right? And she works part-time, moonlights, I guess, as a server for a catering service. She gets there, she's minding her business. Next thing we know, she sees that this is the family that she worked for a year ago. Okay, and Margaret sees her and now is chasing her through the party. Mercy's trying to escape because ultimately we find out Mercy was their babysitter, and they had gone to this night market with the youngest son, who clearly ran off. Gus was a runner. He's a track star, okay, which is why I feel a little bizarre about the fact that they're blaming all of this and setting it squarely on Mercy's shoulders, that he ran away or that he was abducted, because he didn't just run because they can't find him, right? And so anyway, she's flashing back to the moment she was on her phone, she was texting, she was doing all the things. He was right there. His brother was right there. She thought he was safe. She didn't think he was a runner. But the parents knew, because earlier in the second episode, we see several instances where Gus almost jumps off the boat. That's where we first meet Mercy, and the family meets her too. Well, the family first meets her there. And so, we're right now kind of contending with Mercy is the guilty party. The family believes that. Margaret believes that. When she sees her at the party, why is she here? Why would she do this? Why does she want to do this to us? But we still don't know the details. We still don't know what's happened to Gus. We still don't know why her relationship is so frayed with the neighbor. We know this happening to anyone would be traumatic and cause them to have some sort of mental break. And I think what we see in Margaret is her coming in and out of that, right, throughout these first two episodes. But ultimately, I'm intrigued. Again, Mercy is screwing somebody. She's actually screwing Margaret's friend's husband, who's clearly an alcoholic and has issues, whose marriage is, falling apart, who they can't or won't or don't have kids. I don't know fully what that is yet, but there's a lot of interesting characters. There's a lot of story to tell. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the rest of it. You guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think of it so far? Do you have any theories? Because I definitely have a theory. I think that the neighbors, Margaret's best friend, and her husband have something to do with it in some way. I think there are some nefarious underpinnings there, and I hope we dive into that and fully get an understanding. There's something about Clark, Margaret's husband, as well, that I'm just not sure about. But anyway, you guys, drop it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.